Hello and welcome all the Web3 enthusiasts. This is Max speaking and welcome to the new episode of Synopsis Talks. Today I'm excited to host this interview with Alvin Kan, CEO of Bitget Wallet. Hi Alvin, how are you today?
Hey Max, thanks for having me. Everything is good.
Super. So at Synopsis we have pretty much content about Bitget, and today I hope that this is the beginning of some series regarding Bitget Wallet. And also recently I had an interview with your colleague, CEO of Bitget, Vugar Sizadeh, and he mentioned that one of the things that makes him proud for this year is the success of Bitget Wallet. So I'm going to discuss what you guys have, and let's get this interview going. So to
Cool.
begin with, for warming up, pretty easy question. So what are the trends for Web3 wallets in this market cycle?
Yep. Well, it's timely because well, right now we're in a bull market, it seems, right? With the presidential elections coming. You have like Bitcoin hitting over 70K. I think everyone is just bullish. But this whole cycle actually, to me, it started in November, around the time when I joined Bitget Wallet about a year ago. And that was when, things everything started to spike up. I think it started with meme coins in Solana, right? And then based on that, I think you started to see like the trends for wallet. What people demanded of wallet became bigger and higher, right? Why would I say that? If you look back, say 5 years ago, right? If you look at that time, there weren't a lot of options, right? You had maybe MetaMask and a few other wallets. What people wanted was just a simple wallet to store your Bitcoin, your Ethereum, right, and a few other tokens. Fast forward to today, what people want from a wallet is very different, right? You want to be able to trade on the wallet itself, but not just that, you want to be able to trade across all the hundreds of chains and L2s that are out there. You want to be able to, maybe some of them even want to trade perps on the wallet itself. So I think we have moved from a simple storage kind of wallet to one which some people may call it a super app, where there's just a lot of these DeFi services all aggregated into the wallet itself. I think that's the first thing. The second trend that is pretty obvious is people want more abstraction. They want more simplified services. Why? Unfortunately, Web3 is pretty complex, even to today, right?
Yeah.
You've got, all right, you need gas tokens on this 100 different chains. You remember your 12-word seed phrase. And so MPC, right, multi-party computational wallets have started to become more and more trending. You've got gas abstraction, chain abstraction, cross-chain swaps. All these things are actually meant to just abstract away the complexities, and that's what people want. And then the last one is that for a very long time, what people could do with their tokens in their wallet is either swapping or trading, right? Or on the other hand, taking part in DeFi, like staking, for example. And I think this notion of using tokens for payments is also getting bigger. And this is something which we are pretty focused on. We're starting to look at different PayFi directions that we want to explore. But I do think this is a long-term trend that's going to go.
Well, thank you. So yeah, that's true that Web3 is still pretty, um, I can say unfriendly, but still a difficult thing for many people to master, especially for newbies. And even a few years ago, I was struggling with MetaMask, how to add chains, how to send right tokens to the right chains, and so on. And
Mhm.
now I see there is so much ways for easier usage. Like when you do Bitget Wallet, like everything is already included, and this is a great contribution, by the way, for the mass adoption. Everyone is speaking about it, but um, maybe some people are missing that mass adoption also includes this user-friendly interface, and
Yeah.
yeah, that's
Exactly. And I'm not sure if you remember, like, a few years ago, if you were to try to bridge, something from one chain to the other, you would have to go through like multiple different guides, right? Just to know which is the official
yeah.
bridge and so on. But today, a lot of these features are already in the wallet itself. So yeah, it's so much simpler today, but still a lot more can be done to even simplify it further.
Yeah, sure. So much stress it was for me to bridge tokens like a few years ago. Every transaction like minus 1000 percent of my nerves. So now thanks to you guys, it's way easier. And yeah, so since there is kind of a boom of Web3 wallets, could you elaborate on Bitget's wallet's current position among others?
Yep. It's been pretty encouraging, and I would say we are definitely very happy with the results so far. So we hit about 40 million, we crossed the 40 million user mark just a few weeks ago. And I think in the last 6 months, it has doubled, right? So it went from 20 million to 40 million in just 6 months alone, right? And I
That's
think what
crazy.
is great about this growth is not just in terms of the numbers, but also the diversity of it, right? We were previously very strong in Asian countries, of course, for example, like Southeast Asia and so on. But recently, a lot of that growth, if you look at, say, Africa, right, we grew about 400%. And there was twice in the last 3 months where we were the number one app in Africa, in Nigeria, not just like number one crypto app, but number one app across all categories. We grew 120% in users in South Asia, right? And then, in Eastern Europe, another 120%. So you can start to see like the user base of Bitget Wallet is actually diversifying towards the global regions, which is great. And last month, I think this was the so far the highest point in our achievements. So in terms of crypto app downloads, not just wallet downloads, but across all of crypto, we were actually the second most downloaded app, and we were second only to Binance. So this is a great testament to all the things that we've been doing, testament to the support that we're getting from our users. But also, one important fact I want to point out is that I've always been a big believer of DEX over SEX, right? Like, DEX trading is going to take over. More and more of that ratio is going to go towards the DEXs and the decentralized world. And I'm great to see this happening, at least on a Bitget Wallets level.
Yeah, don't tell this to your colleagues from Bitget, but still, yeah, actually, the thing you're doing is also bringing the uh, easy of use of centralized exchanges to the world of DEXs and actually combining these two. And yeah, it's also a great thing. And yeah, you also answered, I would say, my next question. So actually, your wallet app is the second most downloaded crypto app in September, not just among wallets, but just second most downloaded crypto app. That's so
Mm.
cool. Could you please add more information, like what are the drivers behind this growth?
Mm. I think the single most important thing, at least in this industry, is to really catch on the wave and the trends that are right now, right? I'm sure you've heard this so many times in crypto Twitter, right? Oh, these waves and trends just comes and goes so fast, right? You had what the RWA wave, which is still happening, AI, which turns into AI agents, memes, and so on. It feels like it's tiring, but yet there's so many different narratives and trends that are happening at different points of time. And as a wallet, because we are the gateway to opportunities in the Web3 world, right? So we do have to catch these waves for our users to gain these opportunities. And depending on which, so if I look back from, say, 1 year ago to now, right, I think there have been significant waves that we caught on pretty well. And the first one since, November, December last year, I think the biggest wave back then, other than Solana memes, was actually this notion of airdrops, right? I think in the last few cycles, airdrops weren't that as big, but then you had like big airdrops that were coming up. And so at that time, we actually came out with a questing system, right, called Task to Get, Fair Launch Pools, different types of questing systems for people to do tasks within like 5 minutes and get token airdrops. That actually helped us to really ramp up very fast because people were going after these airdrops. We even launched our token, which I'm sure we'll talk about it later.
Yeah.
And we had a whole airdrop around our own token system as well. So again, this helped us to gain, kind of the first wave of users in fast growth. And then there was a second wave, right? If there were two blockchains, I think that did really, really well this cycle. I think one is Solana, the other one is Ton. And this wave of mini apps and Ton and Telegram just really just went like crazy over the last, I would say, 3 to 5 months. And we caught on early, so we integrated Ton ecosystem. We even invested in to market an app, which is one of the top mini apps in Ton as well. So all these things that we did, we were actually way earlier than say the other wallets, right? And this helped us to catch like the second big wave of this year. And then the third wave, which has been consistent across, is meme coins. And we realized that what meme coin traders wanted is very different from your usual Web3 users or even your Web3 traders. For example, they were going after, tokens that were just launched, right? And they wanted to see insights like, all right, which tokens were just launched, how many minutes ago, not just like, yesterday or a few hours ago. They wanted to look at things in a very, very fast mode.
Get it. Thank you. Pretty detailed.
So we actually looked at, say, Dex Screener, we looked at all these other apps, yeah, that people were using, and you sort of know what people are looking at. So we developed this new meme coin trading platform within the wallet itself, and we named it MemeX. And what MemeX does is you're able to discover tokens that were launched even just a minute ago, right? And you're able to see how many people are buying into these tokens. There are great insights in there, and you're able to make a decision very fast, even down to a one-click buy. So I think it's really constant innovation like this that helps us to capture these trends fast so that our users can capture these opportunities fast enough as well.
Wow, sounds awesome. Like for any kind of traders, that's just great. And we will discuss for sure the token BWB, but a little bit later. And now I have a few questions about like the most popular things that happen in your wallet. Like the first one is what native and third-party services are the most popular among Bitget Wallet users?
Yeah, we did this analysis, and there are many different user profiles, right? I think the biggest one is still, swap users, right? And people swap for different reasons. This could be meme coin traders. This could be people swapping just to use certain services like payments and so on. But what we realized is what they wanted is a very easy way to swap, right? People are okay with, paying a bit more gas fees and stuff, but the complexity of the swap has to be abstracted away for them. Today, if you were to look at, say, if you want to find a wallet that allows you to swap across all the chains, right, including Solana, Bitcoin ecosystem, the Move ecosystem like Sui and Aptos, EVMs, Cosmos, I don't think you can find another wallet like Bitget Wallet, right? And that's what we want to do to make that swap experience across chains really, really simple. So that's the kind of the first service that's most popular. The second one is what we call the earning center. So I spoke about, different questing systems for people to do tasks within 5 minutes and get airdrops. We realized that there are certain regional users that are more inclined towards this kind of services, right? Because you could get a few dollars of airdrop, and that actually means a lot in developing countries. So, if there are projects giving out these tokens, why don't we marry to these projects who wants this attention but willing to give these tokens, right? To the profile of users is willing to do these 5-minute tasks. And so this has been a wild success actually since the start of the year after we launched it. The third one is what I call market insights. I dare say today, amongst all the wallets out there today, you won't find another wallet like Bitget Wallet that gives you so much on-chain insights into a particular token, right? Today, go to any token, right? Say any token, you go to Bitget Wallet, click on the token itself, you can see candlestick charts, right? I know some of the other wallets are also catching up. They have that as well. But you're able to see on-chain insights, right, down to the latest second of who is buying how much, how has the liquidity pool actually changed, right? Did people add or reduce their liquidity in there? There's so much on-chain insights, and this helps users to make decisions on one, whether to buy or sell. Number two, is this the right time, or do I wait for a few more minutes? So I think these are the kind of three things, right? From swap to airdrop earning to market insights that people use most often in Bitget Wallet.
Awesome, get it. And what about blockchains? Which one is the most popular or several of them? And on what blockchains does the majority of activity
Yeah.
happen?
Yeah, this is a very interesting question because it also shows how Web3 landscape has changed.
Yeah.
I mean, in the last cycle, it was like the bigs like Avalanche, Polygon, Ethereum, BSC, and so on. I think this have become kind of the core where there's still a lot of users. So I think some of the top ones, Bitcoin, Matic, Ethereum, BNB Chain, Tron, of course, for USDT flows. Even Arbitrum is, I think, still pretty high up there. So these are kind of what I call the stables. Not so much for stable coins, but where the core users are. But then we're seeing very, very fast growth, and all these have made it into the top 10 or even top 5, some of them. So Ton, definitely.
Sure.
Base as well, since the start of the Base started off with very strongly with memes. I think this was around like Q1 or Q2. And till now is still doing very well in terms of SocialFi, and now I see they're doing a lot on AI agents as well. So Base has traditionally still been growing very fast for us. And Solana, right, since the start of this bull cycle, they've just outperformed every other blockchains. And we do see ourselves making serious commitments and investments into these 3 blockchains that are growing very
Well,
fast for us as well.
pretty interesting insights. And now we're moving to actually discussing the token. So I looked up at BWB and was surprised to see that it just launched this summer. Then I realized that I confused it with BGB that's been around since 2021. So why do you need a standalone token for your wallet when you already have the ecosystem wallet?
Yep. I think this is where sometimes it can get a bit confusing because Bitget is in the wallet's name as well. But one thing we need to clarify is Bitget Wallet and Bitget Exchange, even though they're all part of the Bitget family ecosystem, they're actually separate apps and separate products altogether, right? When you use Bitget Wallet app, there is no services, right? And your assets are not mixed up with the exchange as well. So in essence, actually, it's 2 very, very separate products altogether, which means the user base and the services it's rendered, they're all separate as well. And because of that, right, because there's really not much relationship from a product standpoint, it doesn't make sense for us to leverage on BGB, because the token itself is supposed to give value or accrue value from that product itself. Why we wanted BWB is really to have more targeted strategies, right? One is to kind of give back to the loyal wallet users, but secondly, to also help us to grow our user base, right? I think a token can be a great tool as well for user acquisition, but at the same time also accruing value back to them. So for example, today, if you were to use BGB, right, you get a lot of benefits on the exchange, but you won't get it from the wallet because it's a separate product. And we wanted our own token as well. So today with BWB, what you can get is there are exclusive airdrop events from our ecosystem projects. Like I mentioned, we did invest in an app, and we will continue investing and growing the ecosystem of the wallet. So those exclusive airdrops will go back to our token holders. We also do launch pads once in a while. The last launch pad we did, I think on average, users were getting like 200 plus USD in profits, right? And this is great. So these are again gated for BWB holders. And then there's also all these like questing tasks that we mentioned, and all those rewards, they require minimum BWB holding for you to participate as well. So all these events and basically actions happen on the wallet app, and so they will only be exclusive to the wallet token holders. The last thing I'll say is, a lot of these utilities, of course, you can get it from other platforms like exchanges as well, right? There's so many extra platforms that have their own tokens. What is interesting about the wallet is that because we're a gateway for all the Web3 services, there are more interesting places you can go around it. I mean, questing system is a good one, really. We aggregate all these quests within the wallet to make it easier for users. But think about gas abstraction, right? For example, if you want to make any kind of transactions on any chain, what if you don't have the gas token, right? And we are actually, I can talk about this later. We are creating some sort of a gas account concept where you could use BWB as a universal gas token, right? So that if you are trying to make a trade in Arbitrum, you only have USDC, but you don't have the gas token there, you can actually use BWB in your wallet for that.
Well, thank you. Super detailed, and everything is 100% clear now. And next question is, are you actually satisfied with the multi-chain experience of BWB? And will BGB also become multi-chain?
Yeah. Well, I can't really speak for BGB. Again, separate products, separate token. But I would say, yes, it has worked out for us so well so far. In fact, when we launched BWB, we were debating, right? Do we want to have it on multiple chains? Because multiple chains means fragmentation of liquidity. It means more things to manage and so on. But we decided that, hey, a wallet is meant to be multi-chain, right? And if the token follows the wallet, it should be multi-chain as well. So right now, we actually have BWB token on 4 different chains, Ton, Solana, Ethereum, and Base. We want it to be multi-chain like wallets. This allows us to, number one, gain users, across all these multiple chains, but also let the users in different chains where we are operating in, right, to participate in the growth of the wallet. So I would say it's been going quite well for us so far. We are seeing massive growth in token holders, not just on Solana where we launched the airdrop, but also in Ton, right, where we're investing a lot of time and effort in. So it has worked out for us so far.
Cool, cool. And now we came to the part with some announcements. The first one will be the first question will be a bit narrow, and the next one will be general. So the first question is, will you support AI agents on the wallet?
It's all the buzzword right now. And look, I'm actually a fan of AI agents, and I do think that AI agents, when connected to wallets, is way more useful than if not, right? Because without a wallet, all you get is like, AI agents aggregating information. But unless the funds are connected, there's not much you can do from a decision standpoint, right? Whether it's trading meme coins, whether it's paying for services and so on. So we are open to new innovations. We're still exploring, how AI agents can actually work with wallets, what kind of use cases are most popular. I would say we are also taking a cautious exploration here, because when you connect AI to your wallet, it means that, hey, how much control of your funds do you have, right? So this is something which we do not take lightly. I would say we're still kind of exploring the use cases right now. But I would say I I think there is a big future for AI agents. Already is changing a lot of how people are doing their work today. So I'm bullish. We just need to, have a clearer stance on where we can play a part here.
Cool. Looking forward to seeing this bright future. And okay, what are the new features you're working on for Bitget Wallet right now?
Man, so many. Let me see.
What are your favorite?
Well, we are going to launch very soon, and I mean very, very soon, our wallet on Telegram. So this is
Oh,
going to be a mini app version of our wallet on Telegram itself. And why it's important is, there is still a break of flow when people go from their mini apps in Telegram, try to leave it and go towards a wallet app on your phone, right? Because you're leaving the Telegram ecosystem.
yeah.
By having the mini app directly inside, the flow is so much better. So we're going to launch that very soon. In fact, we've already started some beta testing, and the numbers are basically blowing us off. It's pretty huge. So really excited about that. You'll hear about it very soon. The second one is then related to that is Omni Connect. It's an SDK that allows mini apps to not just connect to Ton, right? Because today on Ton Connect, you can mainly connect to Ton. But now with OmniConnect, we allow mini apps to connect to all the other chains as well, right? If you're, Ethereum, Arbitrum, any other chain, Solana, for example, you now can connect to those chains. So we are working with several mini apps to kind of launch that. The third thing that I'm really excited about, I mentioned this at the start, where payments, I think, is going to be one of the big directions moving forward, right? You don't just want to use your tokens for trading. You want to use it for actual use cases like payments. And one thing that we're going to launch this quarter is actually a credit card that allows you to use the tokens within your wallet, right, to pay for any services that takes MasterCard for payment. So this will be a virtual card. You can even integrate, it's integrated with Apple Pay and so on. But very, very soon, you'll be able to use your tokens within your Bitget wallet to pay wherever that accepts MasterCard.
Awesome. So many big things are coming. And did I get it right about the first one about integration on Telegram? So it will be the same account as I have on my Bitget wallet in a separate app. So all my funds will be available right on Telegram.
Yes, yes. So you can import your wallet. You can create a new wallet. It's up to you. But yes, and you can even use your Telegram account to create an MPC wallet on Telegram. So basically, if you don't want to remember the 12-word seed phrase and so on, you can do it very, very easily. You don't even need a Google account. You just need a Telegram account, which you must have as a Telegram user.
Yeah, man, that's awesome. You said that we're going to hear about very, very soon. So looking forward to trying this feature.
Yeah.
Yeah, and actually, we came up to our last traditional question. At this part, we always ask our guests to give some advice for the Synopsis viewers. Maybe for you, it makes sense to make it a little bit more narrow, and probably could you maybe some kind of inspire our audience to start using Web3 wallets and maybe to give some motivation for them to choose actually Bitget wallet.
Yeah. So, I mean, I believe we're in a bull cycle right now. The best is yet to come. And this is just within this cycle, right? I think in the longer term, we talk about going online right now, and I think going on chain is really the future. I do think of wallets as, in Web2, if Google or Gmail or email is actually kind of the identity for users to interact with, the wider web. I do think wallets is that thing for you to interact with the wider Web3. So, if you want to take part in the future, you do need a wallet to start exploring Web3 and embrace it. And I can't think of a better wallet right now than Bitget Wallet. So if you haven't downloaded it, please give it a try, right? Something that's trusted by 40 million users worldwide.
Perfect, thank you. So I completely agree with what you just said. Yeah, guys, go try, explore. Alvin and the company are doing a great job for you. So yeah,
Thank you.
it's really worth trying. And I believe this interview was very insightful and interesting for everyone. I'm sure all of our viewers enjoyed it. And thank you, Alvin, for joining in. We'll
Thank
be
you,
happy
Max.
to hear you, to see you actually in more episodes. And thanks for
Oh,
everyone for watching us till the end. Thumbs up to see Alvin in more episodes. Stay tuned, guys. Go try, explore, download Bitget Wallet, and stay tuned. Yeah, see you. Bye bye.
see you next time.